Hi and welcome to Nerdy Gamers. The game today we're going to be playing is Dungeons of Dredmor. You have to name the expansion pack. Okay, so let's get started then. Now, as some of you might be aware, I just recently started up a new job. And, well, that new job started. I've done my first week and oh my god, it was knackering. I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning in order to catch the train to get to my new place. I was then doing 9 till 6 with my hours, and then I had to get back home. So that took until getting back home about 9:30 at night, so that I could get something to eat. And basically, I was crashing out about an hour or two later, and then going back to work again. But we're okay. We've now got a new place sorted out. When I say we, I mean I've got a new place sorted out. So I've got somewhere to live. Oh god, that's where we were. We were still trying to kill the 20 monsters in the zoo, and we were trying to go around. Yes, that was it. Yeah, so it's all starting well. The new game is kind of coming along. We've definitely got some progress on it, so that's always good. And yeah, so things are bumbling along really. So with a bit of luck, hopefully I'll have that new game up and running soon. So what we're going to do, we need to kind of pay a little bit of attention. I'm not just going to talk aimlessly here because this is still quite dangerous last time I remember. Okay. So new jobs started. I'm happy with what's going on there. It's just nice to kind of get into things and just do something new. It's kind of nice making games, quite frankly, and that's what I'm doing. So just being careful here at the moment because these creatures can pack quite a punch. A little bit low on health at the moment. So I don't want to kind of get too cocky. Need to watch this very carefully. So yeah, that's another one down. No, that's 15 slashing damage. 1 or 2 more of those and I'm toast. So we're going to back out of there. Right, so need to kind of get our health up a bit. So we've got some cheeses and stuff like that. Diggle eggs. Gonna have some of this cheese. Kind of get a few of those hit points back. And we're gonna look at some of our powers we can use against this. Just anything that we can hit him off long range weaponry and just not have to deal with him, quite frankly. No. Oh. Alright, there we go. And then that should take him down. Right. That's got that nasty one out the way. And now pick up a lot of the stuff that we've dropped. Now we're down to 17 more monsters. Yes, anyway, the job. Making Facebook games. Currently working on a puzzle game. We will eventually be most likely working on some point-and-click adventure games as well. We've already got some, but we'll be looking to port them over for hopefully to make them suitable for Facebook. And we're already doing some ISO ports and stuff like that. So it's just kind of getting up to speed and getting things sorted out. So it's been good laugh. It's nice people there, and just looking forward to working and effectively playing in my new town, which is not an new town. I did used to live there for about 3 years, but it's kind of nice to go back there because it was a town that I've always liked, and it's one that I always wanted to go back to should I ever have the chance, and I've got the chance. So I've kind of jumped at it. Now, I mean, it does mean I've got like about half hour, well, all told about 2-hour commute, but it just means I get to stay in the town that in this town, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. So yes, got that. I've got my game development that I want to work on. So we've got the Roguelike. Now, I haven't managed to actually spend any time on it recently because of all this running around just trying to get this job sorted out has kind of taken a lot of my time. I've still got quite a few more bits and pieces to sort out, but we're getting there, and I'm going to be able to spend more time from here on in actually doing some recordings. I know I've been a bit lax over the past couple of days, but I've tried to keep up with what I could. So at the moment we're going to be doing a bit more Dungeons of Dredmor because, quite frankly, I have some time for it. Yeah, not quite. We didn't quite manage to defeat him. I'm kind of loath to get close to these creatures. There's just so many of them. Unfortunately, we're all out of kind of our best explosive weapons and stuff like that. We're out of arrows. We're out of pretty much everything. It's just now down to just using our powers and just slowly whittling away what life that we can out of them. So eventually we'll just go away and kind of build up our power list and then just go in and hit one of these guys and just... There we go. There's not much we can do for the moment. So yeah, so with all these changes that are going on, I'm looking to get back and carry on doing some of this recording. And so what we're going to be looking at is hopefully getting some more Dungeons of Dredmor. We're going to be carrying on with Ichi because I've really been enjoying that puzzle game series. We're also going to eventually hopefully start on Neverwinter Nights. Might be looking at doing some Left 4 Dead. Again, I'm trying not to do I don't want to do too many at the moment. I mean, kind of a big one that I want to get finished off is getting my playthrough of XCOM finished off. But all that's going to happen there is once I finish that off, it's going to be starting up another XCOM related series. It might not just be XCOM, it might be just another roguelike. So it'll be in that vein though. So something along those lines. And yeah, so this is kind of one of my roguelikes that I'm doing at the moment. So I mean, also I do want to get out and try and do some FPS games. That's one of the reasons why I've been looking at Left 4 Dead. Again, love zombie games. I mean, personally, actually, I'll be looking at Left 4 Dead 2 because it's definitely one of my favourite ones of the lot. Yeah, some people complained, oh, it's just Left 4 Dead 1.5. Quite frankly, so what? I thought Left 4 Dead was good, and Left 4 Dead 2 just simply took what was good and just improved on it. So in my mind, yeah, totally worth my money. And also, if I don't support games like that don't get made. So, yep, take my money, quite frankly. And it's like I bought Two Worlds. I heard quite a lot of bad reviews about it, in many ways, because it was in many ways broken. But I didn't care, really, because, quite frankly, if I didn't give my money to companies like that, they would never survive the development process. It's kind of you think indie gamers indie developers have it even worse. So I mean, and some people don't want to even pay them. If we don't give these people money, they're just not going to develop games. So I mean, it's kind of one of the big reasons why I got really into indie developments and trying to find games that I like and I'm willing to pay for. And yes, I mean, it's always nice when you can catch them while they're still quite young in a way, because you're helping them really at a very early stage. And also it gives them encouragement and lets them know that, yeah, there are people out there who are interested in the games. And at some point I'll start looking at some of the more longer term stuff like Kickstarter. But for now, there's just so many bundles going on. It's just totally worth a look. Yes, and I'm not really talking about the game here because, quite frankly, after we're still just trying to finish off this zoo. So there's not much we can do because we're just so out of everything. And what I could have always done is what I did last time, which was leave off a whole load of the recording. But I've got stuff to talk about, so I might as well talk about it, and you can see the stuff going on in the background. So yes, so one of the YouTuber I know, Omnioxim. Now, they're actually going to be soon doing indie bundle giveaway. Well, not all, just indie bundles. So some indie bundles, some actual games. And it's an interesting list that they've got there. And they've got Edge, Nation Red, which is a zombie game, so always good in my mind, Limbo, Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and the latest Deus Ex. So, I mean, we're talking good games here over like a range of topics here. Genre, should I say. And so it's definitely going to be worth taking a look. I'll put the description, how to get to their channel, down in the description below. So do take a look there. It's going to be in the next couple of days, they said. So, and it's going to be a mixture of sort of like jump in and just sort of like put your name down, and also they might set up some other things, and so do keep an eye out. It's definitely worth a look, and you could quite easily find yourself with some good quality games. So, and it's all you have to do is just really go check out their channel. So on my channel, actually we're starting to get somewhere. We're recently, at the time of this video, we're up to 72 subscribers. So we are slowly getting some viewers. I know there's a good loyal support for the XCOM series that I've got. I'm very glad that you stick with me through that. Been very much enjoying it, and once this latest one is over, we are going to be still doing something XCOM related. Kind of want to, because of course it's all in preparation for the big XCOM release later in this year. So we're all going to be prepping for that, and I'm going to be doing my blind playthrough. So that's going to be that's going to be entertaining. How to survive a blind playthrough of the latest XCOM game. But also we've got now viewers coming looking for the Ichi series. So hopefully some of you have been looking at some of the other videos and you've enjoyed what you're seeing. I mean, I do like puzzle games, and I very much really got into Ichi. I mean, it's one of the greatest things I think about it was always the ability to create your own content. I just think more games should do it. I mean, I'm even sitting here with the game I'm developing thinking, how can I make more ways to actually allow people to create their own content for it? I was slowly getting through these. We were down to 6 more. So a little bit more, and well, actually that's 5, and we level up. Okay, what can we learn? And we recently just took, I believe, yes, Vital Siphon in order to help improve our abilities. Now, I think we need to go up here, because this is a teleporting ability I have discovered. And quite frankly, it's kind of needed. So we'll go through Rocket Jump. Now, Rocket Jump is not really one I would recommend. It pretty much kills you for a short-range teleport. If you have to, it can be done. But personally, it's kind of... it's a method of last resort. And yes, whilst you can use it very often, it's just not recommended in any way, shape or form. Once I've kind of got rid of these and we're in a bit of a safe spot, I'll see about showing you so you can see what I mean. But it's not while there's a chance of dying, because I am actively trying to win this game. As I say, I've never actually completed Dungeons of Dredmor, so I'd like there to be a first. And we are playing it on Permadeath. We are playing it on the hardest of settings. Now, the only thing I did do was did the no time to grind, because quite frankly, I don't want to sit through going through levels that are almost, what, twice, maybe 3 times as large. And I'm sure you don't want to see me go through all the videos of that, because it just essentially becomes more of the same thing. So this way it allows to get to the actual the actual ending and more interesting stuff sooner rather than later. Now we are very close to the end now. We are now down to just 2 more of these creatures, and we'll have this zoo complete. That's 1 more, and we've got to track down where it's gone, because it's gone walkies. Where have you gone? We'll just take a little look around here, because if it's decided to follow, then there's a possibility might be able to kill it. Also just need to keep an eye on hit points, because you know how things go. Don't pay attention to it, you end up getting killed. No, it was neither of those. Might as well take advantage of just throwing some fire in, because at least one of those creatures takes pretty heavy damage. It's the steam golem. So then, when I do this, we're pretty close to killing it straight away without any hassle. Do have to watch the righteous powers though, because we're a little bit weak against those, and no, that does not look anything like what we actually need. No. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, really need to pay attention here, because these things can kill you really quite quickly. Right, okay, less worried now. Let's go back to here. Now, what might have happened, I might have knocked one of the creatures through a door. So we'll have to pay attention and see what we can find out. In the meantime, we'll just throw in a few spells, just soften them up a bit. And see what we can do. Now that creature is getting away. Hopefully that wasn't one we're after. We're going to search these rooms just around here, because they may be hiding just nearby, because you can knock creatures through. Now, blobbies, thermo blobbies, I do not like. They're actually quite damaging. Just got to watch it, because he can actually pull off some very powerful ranged attacks. And also, yes, we got the thermo blobbies along. Yeah, we are also taking a lot of health damage. So we need to make sure that we are adequately protected. So we'll give ourselves a bit of breathing room by stunning the creature in front of us. And then we will slowly try and knock them down a bit. Now we need to watch that thermo blobby, because they can cause a lot of damage very quickly, especially at the moment if we get any of the fire underneath us. Right, we're going to make a little tactical withdrawal here. Just give ourselves some breathing room. All that health that we had just has pretty much vanished. There's not much we can do about that. It's kind of got rid of those creatures, but still nothing. Yeah, not going to risk leaving ourselves exposed, so we're going to take some health, because it only takes us at this level 1 or 2 hits and you're suddenly in trouble. And if you've not really been paying attention to what you're doing, something like that could happen and you take an awful lot of damage very quickly. If you're doing multiple attacks at the same time, well, that just means you're dead. Right, that creature is just sitting there, so we're going to prep and we'll just get ready to whack it with everything we've got. Hopefully that will handle most of it. Now, I'm not too worried about his ranged attack at the moment, but they do have a pretty nasty ranged attack at times. They don't seem to use it all the time though, so we're somewhat safe in that respect. There we go, we finally got it. Oh, and we get ourselves an amulet. Okay, 1 necro damage. Pretty poor, really. But it's still an extra point of damage that we weren't doing before. It's a new type of damage that we've got, which we weren't doing before. So, whilst it's not brilliant, we could get an awful lot better. It is still some extra damage, as it gives us quite a range of damage now. That was also totally the wrong one I meant to click on, so we got the fell power. Excuse me a moment, just need to move. Bit of leg cramping at the moment. Okay, whilst we've got a chance, let's go exploring and see if there's anything new. Don't like them because they give you all that nasty religious. Now, what we got? Rocket jump. Yes, we're not going to be using that at the moment because that's just really wrong time to be showing you that. What we will do is also do this. Hopefully get some of our health back up. Need to watch that health. That is getting a bit low. So we're going to stun you, give ourselves some distance, try to minimize who's getting close to us. So we're going to have some cheese, try and get our health up. And we are starting to get into trouble here. So we're going to try and open up some space again so we can escape. That's thankfully working somewhat. And this is the problem. You might think, oh yeah, ranged weapons, arrows, not a big problem. When you start running out of them, you come to realise just how useful they are. Right. Gotta again watch the thermo blobby. Keep an eye on the ground underneath you, because if you get hit with it too much, something like that, and then you forget, you can suddenly notice most of your hit points are gone before anything really starts happening. We're just going to keep out of their range. And then just slowly just finish them off with some of our reusable range powers. And just collect those few bits of XP. We're doing okay on level at the moment. And we're doing okay on exploration. And we've been here before, there's nothing too exciting, but we do just again need to watch ourselves. Because these creatures, when you get up close to them, such as that, yeah, that was an incredibly stupid move on my part. That could have nearly killed us. So we're going to retreat completely out of the way and regain a few hit points. Now we are starting, thankfully there's a load of cheeses around here, which is kind of really very badly needed. We're just going to slap in as much damage as we can, get ourselves some free experience points. Now at this level, the amount that you get from them really isn't a lot, but if it gets us a level up just ever so slightly quicker, it's totally worth it. That was another accidental move, and another accidental move that almost gets us killed. This is why you've got to be so careful. I really can't afford to take any chances at the moment. So I'm kind of watching, trying to watch my health, trying to kill anything that I can kill, and just being very cautious all round. I mean, these creatures are going to be much better off dealt with at range under any circumstances, because the amount of damage that they can do. There we go. You're trying to if they do come up close, we hit them hard. And there we go. That's another one of those defeated. And so we've now got some more places to explore. And we're kind of back to these creatures. Your bog standard thrusties that can still cause quite a bit of damage. Because we're not going to let them get too close to us. And we're going to use some of our stunning attacks just to make sure we're constantly sort of robbing them of their abilities to attack us back. Now thankfully our shield does take a good brunt of that damage. Again, health is getting a little bit low. Now that fire damage was not for the blobby, because the blobby is just totally and utterly resistant to it. But the steam golem behind it is quite susceptible to fire damage. So we can use these powers against that and then just slowly whittle away his health just using the Promethean fire magic, and it saves us reusing our powers and just allows them to keep building them up. And what I might do though is swap this one and this one around. So I can use them a little bit more often. Right. So as you can see, we've got another one. Ah, that'd be where that lightning came from, and I was wondering. Now, be careful of that. That stuff is quite nasty. Get ourselves some free traps. Yes, that purple stuff can create sort of like a glow. That's kind of a disease thing that kind of surrounds you. And you end up taking actual sort of like damage on your items, and they just get worse. So kind of really want to avoid those if you all possible. Yeah, I haven't actually seen what all the traps can do. There's such a large variety of them. I need to watch this. Looks like his damage is going to be very limited, but I'm less worried about just him and also the thermo blobby that's there. What we'll do is we will activate our special ability to give us some more resistance. Does up our flame resistance by another 2 points. And that was a bit silly. He went in there a little bit, about like one turn too early. And we really could do with a cheese grater, and we've just not seen one of those. Normally they're like all over the place, and in this game it's just not happened. So in a way I'm quite surprised about that. Would have expected to have seen one by now. Yes, and getting the teleporter, that would be useful, because then we could do single jumps to places like that and get hold of magic items that we wouldn't normally be able to get hold of any other way. Again, another nasty Ely. Don't like being close to them. And actually we've got to be quite careful here, because I'm about to put myself into a corner, and that's just no good. So I want to try and make sure I can get a little bit of distance and just not screw myself over in the process. That's another one of those steam golems. It's quite nice that they're so susceptible to fire damage. And we are now getting a lot of stun attacks, which is very handy for managing the battles. And I've still got to get the teleporter spell, which teleports a creature to just sort of like the top left corner of where you are. I don't want to overdo using the powers on the mustache demon, because I want to save them for dealing with this creature, which is far more important. and a load of steam golems. We can handle this largely by just firing off the odd spell and just letting them burn. Throw in some of this now and again as we get our powers up and just kill whatever turns up. That's the Ely deal dealt with. Right. Use that. That'll stun that creature. Slap him hard and slap him hard. If we get hit for a lot of damage, we'll be dead on the next turn. Yes, this is one of the reasons why, again, it's just so easy to take a lot of damage really quite quickly at this stage of the game. So you've really got to pay attention. And one of the things I am doing is I'm taking this, can keep my magic up. Now with all these powers, it might not seem like it's necessary, but it's just better to have access to that power should you need it. So I'll just take it easy. Throw out a little bit of fire. It doesn't cause a lot of damage, but every little bit helps at the moment. Right. Plum, let's see. Dark energies. That would have been earlier when we were dealing with a lot more creatures. Gives us some power, but not really needed now. So what we can do is can take advantage of this situation where they're all stunned. Again, these creatures don't cause a lot of damage because of the shield. Do have to be a bit careful. And we'll have the rocket punch shortly. And I totally and utterly missed. Oh well, never mind. And there's another Ely, which I don't want to face. These I'm not too bothered. I will take these on in melee because they can't actually cause that much damage to us. However, these creatures, because of that acid breath stuff, it's just so much easier to deal with those at a distance. A load of nasty looking creatures generally. Just watch our health again, because nothing's more embarrassing than dying just to your own stupidity, and rather than taking any risks, we'll just up our health. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to clear out these last few creatures and then we'll leave it there. So and exploration is going to take a little bit longer now because we've just got to be so much more careful. Whoa, accident. That's bad, that's bad. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. This is another reason why I'm going to just take a breath and just slow down. So it's just so easy to make a mistake in this game. And if you get multiple creatures attacking you, before you know it, you're dead. And there's just precious little you can actually do about it. Right, so another escape from a terrible situation. Just watch our health very carefully at this point. He's only causing 2 damage a time. No, that... oh dear, that was a lot of damage. Yeah, we killed him, but if he starts whacking out some of his powers, could well die. Very nearly cleared out this little section. Alright, steam golems, not that damaging. We can mostly deal with him by slapping out some fire on occasion. Again, we've kind of got to watch getting surrounded. It's not always these creatures that are the worst thing. Okay, let's just make sure that we got this room clear. No, there is still the fish paladin over there. Just watch our health for righteous damage. No, right. No, we're going to leave them for the time being and just move out of the way. That'll be for the next time. Okay, so that's kind of a little update on where we're going. This has been more of Dungeons of Dredmor. Hopefully next time we're going to actually get through level 4 and we're going to descend down to level 5. Maybe we can find some more items that will help speed our approach and get through this. And we are thankfully getting up a few more levels. So we'll go for the augmented limbs and then we'll eventually go for this stomp, giving us a basic teleportation spell. Okay, hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time.